One word I'd use to describe Randy is dedicated.
Steadfast.
Supportive.
Commitment. He is absolutely all in.
Genuine.
Renaissance.
When I think of Randy Warrick, I think of a man who demonstrates loyalty and integrity.
If I had to choose one word to describe Randy in my 27 years experience with him, it would be consistent.
One word to describe Randy would be tireless. For decades, I've seen him at every event I've ever been at.
Since I've been here, he's always supported all of us really well. I mean, for the baseball team, we've always had whatever we need. And I mean, our facilities are some of the best in D2 and definitely the best in the Peach Belt.
39 years at USC Aiken, 26 years involved with the Peach Belt. To me, that really exudes the most dedication that anyone could have, seeing the fruition of the athletic program at Aiken, and also the fruition of the Peach Belt from day one clear through the celebration last year of our 25th.
The Peach Belt Conference has become one of the premier Division II conferences in the country, and that has a lot to do with Randy's leadership.
He was always fair. Certainly he had the interest of USC Aiken at the forefront, but he was open to the bigger picture of the conference issues and questions, but he was always engaging, and he would listen more than he would talk.
You know, Randy was the type of individual that when he spoke, that the group listened to him.
I've always said that Randy is, he's my favorite AD. I make no bones about that with the other ADs.
Randy is one of the only ADs left that was here when the conference started, some 25 plus years ago. Randy, on his retirement, would be the only AD that was left.
There were 7 charter schools, and he certainly would be first among equal with regard to input in getting that conference established.
Everywhere that you turn, Randy, being his history being in baseball, did a lot for baseball in our conference. He was always called upon to give his input, and his love for golf. I mean, look at what USC Aiken has done, not only in our league, but from a national perspective, and winning three-peat as a national champion is unheard of in intercollegiate athletics.
The teams at USC Aiken that has evolved in his tenure is, it kind of speaks for itself.
One of the accomplishments that he'd probably be proudest of would be the over 2,500 student athletes who have come through the program while Randy has been athletic director.
I think Randy Warrick is the epitome of what an athletic director should be. He cares about the student athletes, but more importantly, he cares about people. He cares about this institution, and he cares about higher education. We need more Randy Warricks in our profession.
He'll be remembered as someone who mentored Roberto Hernandez during his brief stay at USC Aiken, and that paid big dividends for the university. He'll be remembered as the person who brought lights to Satcher Field. The first time the Pacers ever played at home under the lights was a project that Randy initiated and funded. He was a critical part of the founding of the Peach Belt Conference.
I hope 5 years from now, people like Randy Warrick will be honored, and the people 25 years from now can look back and say, this was the beginning. Later generations to look and see and know that it didn't happen overnight.
Randy's quite a character, been a great friend. I tease him all the time because we've been a lot of places. I mean, Dallas, Orlando, Phoenix, San Diego, and every time we go someplace, he ends up with the best hotel rooms. I mean, a suite, a huge suite.
So Randy and I had the opportunity to go to Puerto Rico with our men's basketball team a couple of years ago in their preseason tournament in Puerto Rico. And Randy flies a lot more than I do. And on the way back, he had the opportunity to get upgraded to first class. And so he asked me if I would mind if he went up to first class while I was still in, the regular seats. And I said, of course not. Go up, please, and do that. And that was all fine, but then at the end, when we got off the plane, he was telling me about all the great stuff he had, and the chicken meal, and this and that and the other thing, and I said, that's great, I had peanuts.
And one of the really fond memories I have is watching him as a father to his son, Tripp. Tripp is now finishing up his doctorate in pharmacy, and Randy has been one of those hands-on, involved fathers, and that's one of my really fondest memories of him.
We're out in this golf course at Myrtle Beach, and I found this vicious-looking dead snake about this long, and it was dead, tongue hanging out the side. It was dried up, desiccated, no threat to anybody. And Judge Meek says, "Hey, pick that up on your club and go over there and show it to Randy." So I laughingly did that. "Oh, dead snake! Look out! Here it comes!" like that. He sees that, and he's about ready to take off and start running for the clubhouse. And Judge Meek is over there just dying laughing at my ignorance of the situation.
I don't know if he remembers this, or I bet he does, but it's probably been about 3-4 years ago. Randy was making his annual jaunt to Las Vegas with his brother in December, like he always does. And I asked him if he'd be kind enough to put a little wager down on my behalf for the New York Yankees making the playoffs. He did. The Yankees did make the playoffs that year, but Randy, I'm still waiting to get my share of the ticket. So hopefully now, when you're sitting at home, you can remember and you can pay up.
On behalf of USC Aiken student athletes, past, present, and future,
We'd like to thank you for your 39 years of service to USCA.
we made USCA athletics a place we can call home and a place we can be proud of.
You've created traditions and are leaving a legacy that will continue to guide us into the future.
Thank you for all you have done.
Happy retirement.